We all know that moment when something sets us off, whether it's somebody's tone of voice, it's somebody's actions, it's somebody's behavior. Something triggers something within us. And that is the moment that we want to look at. That is the moment that we can actually start to observe our own patterns, to start to reframe them. That is the trigger. So there is something in the external world that triggers something in our internal world. And when we start to identify that, not just with the moment, because oftentimes when we think about the trigger, we think about the other person and we try to change the other person. We want to make them wrong and we want them to change, instead of realizing that is the trigger from the external environment. It's now triggering us to go inward. Now it's pointing us back to us so we can say, why is that coming up for me? And what does that mean for me? That is what we're talking about with the trigger, and awareness around that and seeing the patterns. Because when you start to track the patterns, you start to see things that you wouldn't have seen before. And you start to understand and identify them to a deeper level that wasn't there before. So it's absolutely important that you notice the trigger, but track the patterns. And that's why I created my TRM guide, to walk you through the 5 steps to go from your trigger all the way to your response, so you can start showing up more authentically in the way that you want to. Instead of reacting to all these external triggers, you can start responding to life in a way that feels aligned.